In Scottsbluff, Hay Springs, and Alliance, this is KDUH-TV4.
This is Newsline, your source for news, weather, and sports. A presentation of KDUH Television News. Now to the Newsline News Center and Jerry Dishong.
Good afternoon, Jerry Dishong. Let's take a look at Channel 4 News, see what's happening around the country and around the Cornhusker State. Later on, the weather. We curse Nebraska weather a lot here in the region, but on those rare occasions when we have what could almost be described as a perfect day, believe me, they are hard to beat, and today is just such a day. If anything, a little warmer over the weekend, so the weather is going to be just fine. And Lenny, I guess you can start letting the crowd in. Today is the day that Tom McArthur and Al Moravec team up for some polka music here on the noon show, and that's coming up sometime during the town crier. So pull up a seat, put your feet up, relax for an hour, and enjoy this nice Nebraska Friday and the noon show. On the news, the East Bloc sports officials are reported meeting in Moscow to plan their next move in the Soviet-led boycott of the Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Vietnam today became the third communist nation to follow Moscow's lead in pulling out of the Games. Officials and other sources say representatives of Poland, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia are in Moscow meeting with Soviet leaders. There's good news for the economy today. The Labor Department says wholesale prices were unchanged in April, mostly because construction supply costs were stable and the price of food and heating oil dropped. April's zero wholesale inflation rate followed 3 months of relatively large increases in the government's producer price index. Nicaragua's foreign minister says President Reagan will be guilty of state terrorism if he ignores yesterday's World Court decision ordering the United States to stop the mining of Nicaraguan ports. The International Court of Justice in the Netherlands also ordered the Reagan administration to stop giving military aid to anti-Sandinista rebels. However, the world body has no power to enforce its decision. Costa Rica says it wants $7.3 million in military aid from the United States. The foreign ministry in San Jose says the request stems from recent attacks by Nicaragua on the border stations between those two countries, and also attacks on a pair of border villages. Officials say they want the U.S. funds to buy military equipment to be used for police or defensive measures only. Also on the news today, Great Western Sugar did not violate a contract with Scottsbluff County man in telling him 2 months into the 4-month agreement his services no longer would be needed. That's what the state Supreme Court ruled today in the case of Cesar de los Santos. De los Santos contended he was entitled to continue to haul until all sugar beets had reached the factory. The court says the term of the contract did not constitute a promise of work for that long, but merely established the period in which the promises in the contract would be in effect. And if the person you are divorcing dies before the required 6-month waiting period for the decree, you are still considered the surviving spouse. That, according to the Nebraska Supreme Court ruling today, in overturning an Adams County Circuit Court decision. The children of Jacqueline Watson had contended Robert Watson should not have been declared the surviving spouse since the divorce decree had been entered. But the High Court disagreed, saying the decree was not final at the time. 3 Lincoln men, including former University of Nebraska football star Dana Stevenson, will be arraigned May 24th in Lancaster County District Court on cocaine dealing charges. Stevenson was the defensive captain of the 1969 Nebraska team. The others charged are Jose Garcia and Tiffany Tyrell. Democratic presidential candidate Gary Hart ignored 20 protesters against legal abortion who gathered today outside Daniel Gross High School just south of the Omaha city limits in Bellevue. The protesters objected to school officials allowing Hart to address the student body because Hart, as they put it, is an advocate of abortion on demand. Officials of the parochial school, the largest of its kind in a 6-state area, called Hart's appearance a unique educational opportunity. Copyright poll in today's Omaha World Herald shows Nebraskans are pleased with Governor Kerry's job performance. 74% of those questioned in the poll say they approve of the way Kerry is handling his job. 9% said they disapproved, and 16% had no opinion. Deputy State Fire Marshal Jim Holmes says the final results aren't in, but it looks like a propane fuel tank may have caused a fatal Pine Ridge house fire Tuesday morning. 3 men were killed and 2 other people hospitalized in the blaze. Holmes says he suspects a slow propane gas leak behind a cooking stove may have caused the flash fire, and the ignition point could have been a refrigerator or perhaps an electrical heater. Final note, Nebraska moved into the championship bracket of the Big 8 Conference baseball tournament with a 15-7 first-round win yesterday afternoon over Oklahoma, that in Oklahoma City. Huskers had 17 hits, including a record 3 consecutive home runs. Oklahoma State defeated Missouri 10-6 in the second game yesterday. Now Nebraska will face regular season champion Oklahoma State tonight at 6 p.m. our time. I assume that's our time. Missouri and Oklahoma then will play at 1 o'clock today in a loser's bracket game. I think it's double elimination. Don't quote me on that, though. Whatever the case might be, our man Dave Simon should have some sports results for you at 5:30, and then on the Nebraska game, hopefully at 10. We're going to move on over to that pre-weekend weather board, see what's happening today. We know what today is like. It is glorious, and with any kind of luck, it could stay this way through the weekend, and that has a nice sound to it. People, if you want to file on in and get ready for the polka performance, go ahead. It'll still be 5 or 6 minutes. We ask you to hold your applause until after they do play at least 1 or perhaps 2 tunes. Don't go away. The weather, the town crier, Tom and Al.
Your Lambert Building Center has a great bargain on a great pre-finished window. Norco's Deluxe Metal-Clad Window. Norco gives you a heavy-duty aluminum-clad exterior that never has to be painted, and energy-saving features such as double weather stripping and 3/4-inch insulating glass. As you can see, Norco is not only trouble-free, it gives you a beautiful-looking window. And best of all, Lambert has it on sale now at a beautiful price. So stop in and sign up to win Lambert's mascot.
Well, let's play hooky again today. School year winding down, maybe winter winding down. Wouldn't that be nice? And it feels like a day. It's warming very rapidly. I suspect many of my temperatures on the map outdated by now. They've been up there for about 30, 40 minutes already. We can add several degrees and probably have a very accurate reading. Let's take a look at the entire weather map, see what's happening around the U.S. Very nice weather over the Atlantic coastal region, the southeastern part of the United States. Those people deserve a break today, and they're going to get one. More sunshine, allow them to dig out and restart their lives and livelihood after a very bad couple of weeks of thunderstorm, tornado activity in the southeast. Today we might have to worry about some states a little further north. We have a low pressure cell over eastern Kansas. Cold front runs through the Great Lakes, extends to the west into Colorado, where we're getting some showers and, yes, some thunder showers possible. Missouri, Illinois, possibly Indiana, and then maybe northward along this system. Right now, though, just some light rain along that cold front. Also a little light rain hanging on in southeastern Canada, parts of western Pennsylvania, and New York State. But boy, are we getting some nice weather here in the Channel 4 viewing area. There is very warm air over the southwest, the south central part of the United States. That air is pumping into the Panhandle, actually coming around this low and then down through the region. Winds only 3 miles an hour. The flag is not moving much at this hour. Mercury heading for well, lower 70s today, and on Saturday, sunny and warmer tomorrow, highs in the lower to mid 80s. So it's going to be a nice weekend to get out of Dodge, perhaps, or at least do some yard work or hit the lake, or whatever it is you have in mind for this weekend. Go ahead with it. It's going to be a good one. A little bit of moisture showing up over the Pacific Northwest, Idaho, western Wyoming, Oregon, Washington. Very light showers. We have some moisture feeding in, but I don't think much, if any, will ever get into our region. Maybe some high clouds. Had a few drops last night. I guess the main thing is that we're not going to get a spring storm or snow or anything like that. A pleasant weekend in the forecast. Lows last night in the 30s and 40s, right now 60s over much of the region. I apologize because of some problems with our NOAA weather wire. We have not been able to get many lows for you right now, though, and these are current. 65 in Norfolk, 63 Omaha, 67 in Lincoln. We have 65 right now in Grand Island, 63 in North Platte, 64 degrees in Valentine, 60 in Rapid City, 60 in Alliance and Shadron, 58 here in Scottsbluff, 61 degrees in Sydney. But once again, we put these up before airtime, and it's warming rapidly. I wouldn't be surprised, but what we're close to 70 degrees all around the region. 72 in Denver, 68 in Cheyenne, 56 in Casper. What a nice day. Is it going to stay that way? Well, what it says from the Weather Service. Let's take a look at the forecast this afternoon. Partly sunny, highs in the lower 70s, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour tonight. It's going to be a nice night. Lows in the mid to upper 40s. Crack a window. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer, highs in the lower to mid 80s. The extended forecast, this covers the period Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and it merely says partly cloudy and pleasant. Highs in the upper 60s to the mid 70s, lows in the 40s. Right now it's sunny. It says 58, but let's add about 10 to that. The way that mercury's climbing, barometer 29.99 at 2. Going up, humidity 62%, kind of a muggy day out there. Winds out of the northwest at 3. That won't move much topsoil around, thank goodness. Dew point, 45 degrees. Well, that's what, the weather on a Friday afternoon. Not a shabby weekend forecast, believe me. Tom is, well, he's kindly stopped in for a little music today, the Polka Friday here on Channel 4 Television. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. We have some town crier items for you. First of all, just keep on coming in, people, and then we're going to have some fun. So stay with us.
This is the heart of America, our agriculture, the nation's largest industry and the one industry where we still lead the world. America is #1 in agriculture because of a simple idea. In the past, we invested in young people who are today leading the world in agriculture.
Hi, I'm Eddie Albert. And if you think our future as the world's leader in agriculture is assured, think again. Unless we continue to invest in the young people of this country through agricultural education programs, the future of this country, our strength, our sustenance, could be in jeopardy. That's why I'm asking for your support of vocational and technical education programs in agriculture on behalf of the future farmers of America in your community. Together, we're keeping America on the grow.
Well, let's take a look at the town crier now and see what's happening around the region. Jills and Bills Square Dance Saturday evening, 8:30 at the No Hayloft Barn in Mitchell. This is a Mother's Day dance, and keep in mind, Mother's Day weekend, the official day on Sunday, make it special. Dick Butcher will do the calling. Lucky Kokenauer is going to be there for the dance also. Please bring a finger lunch. Hemingford JCETs are having a bake sale at John's, Jack and Jill in Hemingford. Saturday, Nate Skeels will be the... Now, this is two separate items here. We'll double-check that, and I should have done that before we went on the air. Bike-a-thon for cystic fibrosis, 8 a.m., Gordon City Park. Now, this is to raise money for research, but we are having a bake sale at the Jack and Jill in Hemingford tomorrow, and then we'll double-check this other item where Nate Skeels might be calling. Highland Center Cemetery Workday in Crawford tomorrow morning. Be there at 9 a.m. Bring a stacked lunch and I'm sure some tools, rakes, and that sort of thing. In case of inclement weather, this work will be done next Saturday, May the 19th. I don't think we have to think or worry much about that. The Alliance Volunteer Fire Department will sponsor an open house in honor of Fire Recognition Day in Nebraska this Saturday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Refreshments will be served in a fire truck. Well, several rides will be given for the children, along with Smokey the Bear being right there in Alliance at the firehouse to greet you. An advanced life-saving class will be offered at the Scottsbluff County YMCA from May 14th this Monday through May the 25th. Now, the class will meet in the evenings. Participants must be 15 years old and in good physical condition. Monument Bible Church Ladies Fellowship will meet this coming Monday at 7:30 p.m. at Nancy Gillum's. Several weeks ago, shortly after our anchorman reporter Tom McArthur joined Channel 4, I happened to mention that Tom was quite an accomplished accordion player. Indeed, he had basically paid his college education off, I think, by playing with a little group in Seattle called the Mount Rainier Beer Barrel Polka Tears. In March, his folks were kind enough to bring the accordion out to him and visit the great Nebraska Panhandle. We thought it would be kind of nice if Tom would play a couple of numbers. Now, he needed some accompaniment, or at least we thought it would be nice if he had someone to play along. So we contacted that tuba-playing animal Al Moravec of Olson Associates here in Scottsbluff, and earlier in the week, well, we got together and had us a bit of a good time here at the Channel 4 studios. We're going to play a couple numbers this afternoon. Tom McArthur on the accordion, Al Moravec on the tuba, and our first number, guys, is Beer Barrel Polka. Is that right? Well, 1, 2,
That's so much fun.
That was so much fun, in fact, that we're going to have yet another number if the people will settle down here in the studio, the crowds, and Al Moravec, Tom McArthur. If you want to get down, get funky with a little tune called The Happy Wanderer. Al and Tom, if you will. Well, that's the Polkateers, if you will. Al Moravec and Tom McArthur actually taped a few days ago, and Lawrence is not here in our studio, nor is the large crowd, but it was a nice day, and I think they are quite accomplished musicians. They're nice people, both of them, and we had a nice time. We actually have a third number we won't have time for today. If we get a large outcry, we'll play that sometime next week up a Swedish Creek or Life in a Finnish Fjord. I can't remember the name, but apparently some sort of a polka standard, and we have it here. Don't send money, people. This is not a record offer or anything like that. But I thank Al Moravec and I thank Tom McArthur for lightening up a Friday. And maybe we need that from time to time. Don't let anybody or anything get you down today. It's too nice a day. A break, Lynn says. We'll do that. Ag News in a moment.
The lineup for Friday on the Great American West Television Network begins at 6 with Wheel of Fortune. Alan Alda stars in MASH at 6:30. At 7, Max and the Master defend a woman's home for orphans against a greedy land developer. At 8, Nashville, Tennessee's Opryland Show Park is the setting for Bright Lights and Country Nights. This musical comedy special is hosted by Jim Stafford and Earlene Mandrell, starring Roy Clark, Louise Mandrell, and Terry Gibbs. At 9, Behind the Scenes is an amusing and entertaining special. This takes an inside look at the making of TV specials, hosted by two of today's brightest performers, Sylvia and Lee Greenwood. It provides a backstage glimpse of the fun and flubs that occur during television production. You're in touch with Newsline Update at 10. At 10:35, Mariette Hartley is Johnny's guest. At 11:35, Friday Night Videos presents a talk with Boy George and Culture Club. Dance Fever airs at 1:05 Friday on the Great American West Television Network.
It's that time of year again, spring. And what's the thing we all have to do? You got it, spring cleaning. Just to make that job a little easier and save you money, Ideal Linen is having a drapery special. 15% off all drapes now through May 19th. You can use our handy drive-up window or give us a call and take advantage of our free pickup and delivery. That's 15% off all drapery cleaning at Ideal Cleaners, 5th and South Beltline, Scottsbluff.
When it's over 100 degrees outside, you can be cool inside with a GE air conditioner from your air conditioning headquarters, the Vern Bruce Company. From single-room models to multi-room models, select the GE that's just right for you. Not only will you be cool, but GE room air conditioners keep your air fresh as well. From 5,000 BTU to 22,000 BTU, select the size of GE air conditioner that you need. Come to the Vern Bruce Company today. We're your air conditioning headquarters in Scottsbluff.
Well, let's see what we have happening around the country on our live cattle prices. First of all, from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, June off 2 cents, August off 15, October off 2, and December up a dime. Live hogs, June off 15, July off 7, August off 20, October down 15, and December off 25 cents. Grain future prices were mixed, but mostly higher at midday today on the Chicago Board of Trade. May corn, 3.49 1/2. That's up 3/4 of a cent. May wheat $3.65, off a cent and a half, and May oats up 1 3/4 cents at 1.79 1/4. Wheat futures were higher in light trading at mid-morning on the Kansas City Board of Trade. Early prices there, May $3.77 1/2, up a penny, make it up 1 3/4 cents. July up 1 1/4 cents, September up 1/2, December up 1/2, and March inactive. See what's happening on Wall Street. 30 industrials off 15.5 points. That's not good. 1151.70. 20 transportation off 9.67. 15 utilities off 0.48, and 65 stocks off 6.15. This is on a moderate volume of 48,950,000 shares. In New York today, Handy and Harmon also quotes gold at $372.50. In this instance, that's a 75-cent increase. Silver is unchanged at $8.72. Citing what it calls the superior performance of its American workers, Japan's Nissan company has decided to assemble its Sentra subcompact at its truck plant in Smyrna, Tennessee next year. Nissan will spend $85 million and hire another 1,100 workers, and says the cars will contain between 40 and 50% U.S.-made parts. Engines, transmissions, and other major components will be shipped from Japan. No livestock report for you on the hour. Hopefully some closing markets, though, this afternoon at 5:30 when Marie Burgess and Dave Simon will join us. Tom, once again, with a nice Friday off. Officials say South Dakota farmers behind in their spring planting are considering a switch to sunflowers this year. A regional agronomist for Sideco Research, Sam Hike, says strong crop prices make sunflowers an attractive crop. He said sunflowers have been bringing $18 on the local market and could hit $20 in the next 10 days to 2 weeks. He said low world oil supplies are pumping up sunflower prices. University of Nebraska Extension crop specialist in Lincoln says if there is one bright spot for farmers frustrated by muddy fields and rainy days, it could be no-till planting. Albert Dickey said the benefits most often attributed to no-till planting concern soil erosion and fuel savings. No-till planting leaves soil undisturbed between planting, and weed control is accomplished mostly with herbicides. See what else we have here. A short note on soybeans, of which there is almost no interest locally. The American Soybean Association says U.S. soybean farmers plan to increase soybean acreage by about 6% this year because of shrinking supplies. And with that, we're going to break away from the noon review. Let me recap that weather, though, for you just a moment, because it is so very nice, and it looks like with any kind of luck it should stay that way and make for a special weekend, especially if you're going to be out and about visiting some special people. But this afternoon, partly sunny, lower 70s at least for highs. We might go a little bit above that. Northwesterly winds at a gentle 10 to 15 miles an hour. It will be a fair tonight with lows in the mid to upper 40s on Saturday. Mostly sunny and warmer. Highs in the lower to mid 80s. Spring hopefully here for real this time as school rapidly winds down. Some classes out, I imagine seniors just about wrapping up their educational career, at least on the high school level anyway. Another week or two for many students, but school year of 83 and 84 is just about over. Little League baseball just around the corner. The extended forecast, sunny Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy and pleasant, 60s and 70s. Good lineup tonight on Channel 4 television. Indeed, May has been a good month for viewers everywhere. Al Moravec, tuba player, Tom McArthur, accordion player, Al and Tom, nice people, nice afternoon, and we thank you for that. Keep in mind, people, we have that other tune on tape we can spring on you just about any time when we want to sort of take it easy and enjoy ourselves. You do just that. Take care.
What's America's most popular pastime? Trivia!
Introducing the hottest new trivia game sweeping the country, Talkin' Trivia. Talkin' Trivia comes with playing board, 12 pawns, dice, score pads, and 6,000 trivia questions spanning 5 categories: movies and entertainment, TV, sports, music, and general trivia. Accommodating 2 to 12 players, Talkin' Trivia is fun, great with friends, and a real hit at parties. It's informative and great for conversations. You'll amaze people with your trivia knowledge.
Okay, I got one for you. What state has the most turkeys?
Now that's got to be California.
Now you and your friends can start having fun with Talking Trivia.
Talkin' Trivia is only $24.95. This offer is not available in stores, so order now. Here's how.
This offer only $24.95 plus $3 shipping. To order, call toll-free 1-800-453-4102. Or to avoid COD and credit card charges, send check or money orders to Talking Trivia, Box 203, Tampa, Florida. Order now and start Talking Trivia.